Hello friends. Today we will be starting with certain facts which we should be understood for every person of individual who is implementing his own self with the environment. What is that? How we should be understood with relating to the sattva guna? What is that? The poem, one of the poem which is in a public domain, what is, that shows the intention of sattvic guna itself. What is that? The one and the only the film, that Kantara film has this song that implements the sattvic guna of his own self towards the environment and taking the implementation of sattva guna in a view of administration. This is what the one should take the positive guna from positive guna, in the sense sattvic guna, from the environment. So let me give you the poem, the song that is relating to one individual, the individual that understanding the sattva guna. So furthermore, I will be giving the same implementation of what the sattva guna, and next I will be taking towards the Bhagavad Gita what the gunas and the thinking of the person, the person of the individual should have, and how the smriti, how the thinking of the sattva guna, rajas guna and tamo guna is having. That also I will be giving the explanation. Let me have that. The same thing. What the poem states is Shiva Sambhutam Bhuvi Sanjatam Nambi Davagim Koduvavanita Savida Daivata Samprita Beduda Nindevu Aradhisuta. What is mean? Shiva Sambhutam. Shiva Sambhutam, there is the energy present of positive energy present in the environment. That environment, let the environment give us the sattva guna as we come across the tradition of doing the puja to a certain tradition values. The tradition values that, so that the sattva guna should be coming in our own self and make our own decision for regarding. This is what the Shiva Sambhutam Bhuvi Sanjatam. They are present, the energies, positive energy of everything which is related to the environment is a positive thing. That is what the Bhuvi Sanjatam. Having the Bhuvi is nothing but the environment, the earth itself, the planet of earth, who is having the positive energy to give towards the individuality. Bhuvi Sanjatam. Nambi Davagim Koduvavanita. Nambi Davaning. Whoever takes the sattva guna and makes all the tradition as his own direction and make the decision regarding the traditions, he receives the positive energy. This is what the Nambi Davagim Koduvavanita Savida Daivake Mana Samprita. Savira Daivake Mana Samprita. Manasamprita is nothing but there is the several individuals, there is a crores together our own sattva gunis. That is what the course to, when I am talking towards the sattva guna of the crores of the sattva guna is nothing but the Sanatanis, the Hindus, the follower of the Hindu dharma. This is what the Savira Daivata Manasampritam, who is having the intent of receiving the positive energy from the environment, but not the harmless towards the environment. This is what the Savida Daivada Manasampritam. The same Beduda Nindevu Aradhisuda. ಬೇಡುತ್ತ ನಿಂದೆಹು ಆರಾಧಿಸುತ್ತ is nothing but having the puja towards the environment and receiving the positive energy from the environment. This is how the positive energy we takes from the environment. This is how the same the shloka has stated. I have given the explanation what the shloka will be giving towards the environment and as well as our own self. Okay, the one of the shloka of the Surya Stotra as same it states for us, but it also states the thinking of oneself. It also states the thinking of oneself in present days. That is what tatho yuddha parishrantam samare chintaya sthitim. What it states, if the person tatho yuddha parishrantam, if the person is facing in a particular situation, of the negative energy influenced by the positive process, negative energy influencing by the positive process, then he should be not in a position of taking all the negativity and telling that he is the positive person and he will be taking all the positive pressure and give the positive result. This is not the part. But samare chintaya sthitim, receiving all the negative things and keeping as I am the positive person and I will be taking the only negative and giving the positive. That is not. The second hymn tells Ravanam jagrato drushta yuddhaya samupasthitam. Ravanam jagrato drushta yuddhaya samupasthitam. This states when the person influencing the negativity in the sense of the positiveness, then what the person should be doing? He is not he should not be receiving only the negativity what the influencing in the sense of intent of his person, but instead of what he should be doing, Ravanam jagrato drushta yuddhaya samupasthe. If the person is intent of harming others, then he should be taking towards what the response of the responsibility of individual in a democratic way. But in the way of the democratical way, the protection is one of the individual. The freedom of the protection is one of the constitute of individual. The constitution has directed for the individual fundamental right. So this is of the Ravanam. This is what the Ravanam jagrato drushta yuddhaya samupasthitam. So samupasthitam, what the person of against you in the rajas guna and the tamo guna, not in the sattvic guna. What I am stating, in the rajas guna and tamo guna, not in the sattvic guna. This identification of the sattva guna, raja guna and tamo guna, one should have the individuality of understanding. This is how I am bringing the series of understanding the individuality of three gunas. So when I am telling of rajas guna and tamo guna, the person who is intent of doing the negativity, he will be in two of the guna, rajas guna and tamo guna. When the tamo guna comes, when the rajas guna comes, there is the domination. When the rajas guna comes, there is the domination. When the domination comes, there is the tamo guna. There is the negativity influencing in the positive way. There comes the fact of Ravanam jagrato drushta yuddhaya samupasthitam. This is what the explanation which is regards to the what in a song says of the Kantara song says towards the individuality. This is in a public domain. One should understand the song. Actual song, it implements to the sattva gunas and make the decision as directed. This is what the tradition, the sattva, the Sanatan is having. This is what the tradition, the Hindus are having. This is what the tradition having the Hindutva is having. So this is what the one should understand. So identifying this all thing, one should take the decision as regard. Because of that, one of the shloka what the Bhagavad Gita states. One of the shloka what the Bhagavad Gita says regarding what the explanation I have given. But instead of this, equilibrium, what I am saying, equilibrium. Now I am saying the equilibrium of the taking the decision, the stage of taking the decision of combination of tamo guna, rajas guna and sattva guna, taking the decision as democratical way. There comes the shloka, what is yukta hara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapna vabodasya yoga bhavati dukkha. The way of understanding, yukta hara viharasya, having the all the equilibrium of his own self, taking the food as the equilibrium, making the decision of equilibrium. Yukta cheshta, not more than what one should by talking one should taking the thinking of diverting of thinking. One should not harm for others. Yukta cheshta karmasu. So there should be the limitation of everything. What I'm to mean is there should be the limitation of everything. And yukta swapna vabodasya, the elders who is having the handle of the angers, he should be taking the action. What is the positiveness towards the individualness, not in the influence of the negativity in the positive process. When we comes negativity in the positive process, there is a cruelty. There comes the damba hankara. I have given the explanation regarding the shloka as well in a previous video. So this is what the yuktahara viharasya yogo bhavati dukkha. So understanding this all thing and what the explanation previously I have given, understanding the individuality, one should be having in a devoting state. Devoting state is nothing but the state of meditative mindset. Yes. So now I will be giving the state of thinking of the rajoguna, tamoguna and sattva guna. The thinking of oneself. What the sattva guna will think, what the rajoguna will be thinking, and what one will be in a position of taking the decision regarding. So having the sense of taking the decision of regarding the way of being is nothing but having the okay. What are the things I have explained now, just now? I have a little bit I have taken the time, but it's very important of giving the shlokas regarding the rajas guna, tamo guna and the sattva guna. The person who is having the sattva guna, what he will be thinking. The person who is having the rajas guna, what he will be thinking, and the person who is having the tamo guna, what he will be thinking. Let me have that also. What the sattva guna will be thinking? Yes. What the sattva guna will be thinking? According to the sattva guna, the Bhagavad Gita states, दातव्य मिति यदानम दीयते नुपमारिणो देशो काले च पात्रे च तदानम सात्विका स्मृतम तदानम सात्विकम श्रुतम. So he will be thinking only the positive regarding desho kale patre cha tadhanam satvika smritam. Now in this era, the thinking of the positiveness only regarding the Bharat. Because when we are coming across the environment creating of one individual, we should take the action as the equilibrium, because there is a decision what the one should have and what one should be taking is the combination of three of the gunas. Only sattva guna is regarding the Bharat, because Bharat will not give. The Bharat is nothing but the positiveness, the having the sattva gunis, having the sattva guna and the positiveness gives only the way of thinking the positiveness, and one should have the positiveness regarding Bharat. This is what datavya miti yadanam diyate nupar karine desho kale cha patre cha tadanam satvika smritam. One will be having the thinking of that regarding the Bharat. What the translation here? That the gift classed as a pure, which is made to one who is not expected to do something in return, and is made with the feeling that the gift is duty, and is also made in the right place and time to a worthy person. This is what the translation is. So having the positiveness towards the Bharat is the only way of sattva guna, because of if the environment that is created by others or the individual, we are not aware of having that sense of understanding. But I will be giving you now in a coming days. But now as a present, I am explaining as a we are not having that, but only the sense of having the positiveness is regarding the Bharat is the only way of having the right place and time is a worthy person. Here's what instead of person, it is a motherland. It is a motherland. Feeling that the gift is duty. Our duty towards the Bharat is our duty towards the Bharat of thinking of the positiveness is our own self-consciousness with consciousness of regarding the Bharat, of and regarding the Bharat. So this is what the thinking of the Sattva Gunis. So what is the Rajas Guna things? What is the Rajo Guna things? Yato pratyupakarartha phala muddishcha va punha diyate cha pariklishta tadanam rajasa smritam. So when one person gives and he expect the same thing. This is what the Rajas Guna. I will not giving the explanation regarding this because Rajas Guna earlier I have given, when I am giving the explanation of the Sattva Guna, this Rajas Guna and Tamo Guna is related to the decision of oneself. But when there is a negativity comes, when there is a such a situation of TCS, what the TCS has handled, has a case has occurred in that way, in that vision, I will be explaining now. Rajas Guna, in regarding that the case, one should be having the sense of one individuality and take the action as regard. But now, according to the shloka, the sattva guna is the gift, which is towards the others and taking the gift towards his own self. This is not only the economical, but also the as regards with every aspects of the environment. So rajas guna with regarding the harming a domination is a wideable with every individual. So rajas guna is very much influencing in this time with regarding the negativity in the process of positivity. So understanding the three gunas is very much important. This is what the person who is having the dominating process, dominating, he takes the rajoguna as first steps. He takes, when a person is having the dominating on others, he takes the rajoguna as his preference first. Then he comes with regarding the tamoguna as a negativity influencing. This is what the rajoguna, the person who is having that negative process of negativity, he comes with the intent of process dominating. This is what the smriti, he is having the thinking of that. The same translation what you, he will be giving the he will be giving the one of the thing which is preference for you, and the next thing he takes the domination from yourself. The same thing, the tamo guna comes here. That a combination will be, I will be explaining. Adesha kale yadda nama patro diyate asatkrutama vajnata tattamasa mudha vrutam. The gift made without the propriety of a place and time, and to worthy person disrespectfully or contemptuously are dreams of the nature of tamas. And disrespectfully, having the disrespectful dominating makes the avoiding of the fundamental. The same thing when the adesha kale yadda mapatrobhyascha diyate asat krita mavagnanam tama tattamasmrida vrutam. Gift made without the priority of place and thing. When I am explaining the rajas guna, the person gives the first he will be giving the gift and make the domination on others. The same thing, the person avoids the place and thing of giving the particular preference of thing. That is what the gift, preference of thing towards the individual, and make the domination. If he avoids the domination, if the individual avoids the domination, then it comes the disrespectful and contemptuously the rule or demead of a nature of tamas. When the demead of contemptuously or demead of the nature of tamas is nothing but the avoiding of the rule, the avoiding of the fundamentalism of individual, and make the tamoguna and dominating and the ruling. When the dominated comes, when the domination comes on another, then comes the diverting, then comes the negativity influencing. So this is what, if the person is intent of negativity influencing of the in a positive process, first he takes the action of having the precious which is useful for the person, he will be giving, and then he takes the domination state, and if the person avoids it, then he comes towards the tamoguna, the influencing of the negativity. This is what the same steps has occurred in the case of the TCS case. First, they will be influencing. First, they will be influencing as a particular sense, and makes the others to be taking the action regarding. If the person is not taking as regarding, but his intent of being in the positive way, in the sattvic way, then he takes the negativity as their influencing, and make the all the things which is unconstitutional, which is democratically he will be facing all the sections which is prescribed in the IS IPC and CRPCs. So this is how the negativity influencing the positive process in a democratical way as well as in a spiritual process. So one should have the understanding of gunas of particular person, and make the sense of oneself be in a state of a devotion, what the sattva guna is in a flow of his self and the flow of in an environment. So when you are taking the decision, you should be having the decision regarding the equilibrium. When I am talking with the equilibrium, there is a combination of sattva guna, tamo guna and rajas guna. When there is three of the gunas talking, if the person is a negative person, he will be taking the rajas guna and rajas guna as a priority of his own self and making towards the tamo guna. When I am talking towards the sattva guna as his person individual, the individual is having the priority of the sattva guna and taking the tamo guna as a third and the rajas guna as a second, and taking the decision as regarding as his own self. So this is what one should understand his own self, and the person who is approaching towards him in a particular sense of rajas guna and tamo guna, unaware of unaware of the individual of the place of individual. The person who is unaware, he should have the sense of individuality, understanding the environment and the understanding the sense of the soul, the sense of the negativity and the positivity, understanding of the positive energy and the negative energy. In coming slowly, when I am coming in videos explanation, I will be giving the certain sense of understanding the energies. You will be coming in a particular point, that you should be having the sense of that. You will be having that. Surely I will be giving that. Be on a series and take the explanation as a sattvic in a nature, and implement as your own self in a way of determined decision. So being in a sattva guna and taking the action in the sattva guna and making all the decision as you have determined, this all includes your understanding and analyzation of your own in understanding of your own self, the position of oneself. So be on a series and take all the explanation. I will be coming with explanation which is very appropriate of taking the decision towards. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.